What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm supposed to be having a great, easy time rebuilding this transmission. Not really rebuilding it, but basically getting it to a point to where we can throw it back in my legacy and it's good to rock. So what that means is replacing some bushings, replacing a shifter seal, which is really why I'm doing that. And I've been fighting this thing for probably the last hour and a half because two of the bolts snapped off in the transmission. One being here, which I got out. This one I'm just getting out. So you can see I've been having just a great old time. Ooh, this is hot. But this is what came off of that. That's from the parts car. That was my car. That just shows you what oil spraying does. That has 230,000 on it. That has 150. Oil spray your car. I got one of these new shaft joints. Now, is it any good? I have no idea. I got it off of Amazon, so it's just some cheap Chinese knockoff. Likely it's not OEM. I also got this bushing back here. I actually stole that one from my Impreza, so might as well use it. Let's proceed and start taking this thing apart. I just found out that's cracked. So I put my old one back together, but it looks like I'm gonna be stealing it because I know mine ain't cracked. Let me put the welder away and then we can start tearing this thing apart. The 12 mil off here. This should slide out. And that comes free. Next, it's just a bunch of 14 mils all the way around. This is the bracket that holds your downpipe. That's just two 12 mils. Yeah, so we're gonna have to take this off my old transmission, which is fine. It's just, I don't understand how they did that. So I was just cleaning this up, getting ready to replace that bearing. And I just saw something right here. You've got to be kidding me. Got some bad news. I just don't seem to get a break. I really don't. Let me explain what's going on. So these pieces I found inside the transmission, they are indeed the same as what came out of my transmission. Those seem to be some sort of thrust washers, which end up going right there. This part at the bottom right there. That's the washer, the thrust washer. I'm assuming that's what it is. Not damaged. And this one you can clearly see has it. If I try to move the gear, there's no movement. If I turn around, you can clearly see it's not here on the bottom. I don't know if you could see it, but you can probably hear it. Which there's two pieces of it right there. On my center diff, both sides are missing. So you can see there. Or it's moving. So both sides are missing. Well, they're right there. So either we can try to fix it, which I don't even know if you can order that part, and I think it's gonna be a pain in the ass to fix, or I try to find a center diff. Either way, it's gonna delay this. I'll be back when I figure something out, because right now I'm I just don't get a break. Two transmissions and three transmissions. Looks like third time is the charm. Lucky me. I went ahead, took it apart. It looks like both thrust washers, I don't know if that's what they're called, but both are there, and that's a good center diff. So I picked this transmission up from the Subi Sanctuary. They're on YouTube. They're actually local, literally down the road from me, so thanks to them for helping me out. That being said, this one also had a leaking seal for the shifter. So that's it right there. I'm pretty sure this is it. To remove this, you're actually supposed to remove this entire section and then you can pop it out. But I'm hoping I can get it out with a tiny flathead and a pick tool. So got the new Amazon shifter joint in, and a lot of the play is in the bushing, unfortunately. I also swapped out some parts to like better condition parts. So like I swapped out this bracket, I swapped out the clutch fork, lubed everything up. It's pretty smooth and ready to go. So I'm hyped about that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to put the transmission in by myself without any help. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and assemble my engine crane. I think I'm just gonna move a bunch of stuff, get it dragged out, probably put the transmission down here so it's good to go and out of the way. And hopefully this weekend, it's a long weekend, I can get the transmission in and it is back on the road officially, hopefully for a while. Looks like moving all these transmissions around is becoming useful. I would have never been able to record this. Honestly, putting this together wasn't too bad. It's just the instructions were just horrible. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is pull that transmission outside and then somehow get this through the garage. I think if I fold it up, it'll be able to fit it through, but yeah, give me some time, let me set up, and then hopefully we can get this transmission in. And honestly, if you could take a transmission out, it's the same thing putting it back in. You just kind of do reverse. It's not too bad. So this is what we ended up with. It's not gonna lie, a little sketchy. The range for extending is not quite there, but I don't see another way that I can do this by myself. And to be honest, I can't do it by myself. I got the fiance helping me out. Thank you very much. It's also rubbing up on the plate. That's okay, it's already bent up, I don't really care. But I'm gonna have to get under there and just kind of help finagle it up because it's hitting the subframe. Okay, crank up. Okay, hold on. All right, I guess we'll be back once I get this thing on. All right, some time later, and this method actually worked somehow. I ended up using the bolts to kind of help persuade it, just kind of worked around the bell housing without, you know, forcing everything too much. I don't think I'm gonna really show a lot of this. I think I'm just gonna throw it back together and hopefully we can get a first start again and she's good to go. I actually made some decent progress last night, a lot more than I thought I was going to. Transmission is basically bolted up, like for the most part. Drive shaft's in, short shifter's in, nice and lubed up, ready to go. It actually feels pretty good. Clutch does indeed work, which is nice. It actually feels, I think, better than it was before. Top mount has to go in, obviously the axles and exhaust, which I think I'm going to put the Borla because it's here. Not really anyone really seems interested in it right now, plus I'm just kind of curious about how it's going to sound, so I think I might just throw that in. That is my 2018 STI catback. If this Borla catback is really not that loud and not that noticeable, I might just end up taking it off, putting that one back on, and try to find some muffler deletes for that, which I likely will end up doing. So what I want to do really quickly is just turn the car on, go through the gears, make sure everything feels good. And if it feels good, then I'll just slap it all back together and we'll be done. I can actually probably get this done today if I really just stay focused and bang this out. Let me throw the top mount on, just very loosely in there. Okay, we should be in first. Sounds good to me. So I will take that as a win. I don't really hear any noises. I mean, it's all downpipe. It's open downpipe. But let's go ahead and just start putting this thing fully back together. It's gonna be almost 4 months this thing's been down. It's safe to say I'm really looking forward to having it back. Luckily, there's not much left to do. Should be able to bang this out pretty quick. it's done. Actually, funny enough, it would be done. I lost the nut that hooks up the cat back, the Borla cat back to the downpipe. Can't find it. I probably spent like half an hour looking for it. Don helped me to look for it. I don't know where it is. Transmission fluid is full. I ended up realizing I got a Gear 300 LS. Didn't even realize that was a thing. Should be okay. It's blue. I can't see why it wouldn't be an issue. It's 100% synthetic. It's probably better for the car, to be honest. I still got to button up the interior, but that will take me no time. I still got to get the passenger seat wired in. That's gonna be a separate video. I have a plan for that. I'm hoping it's not too difficult. Still a few little things here and there, but I think the engine bay is all pretty well put back together. VF52, we're gonna put it in from the parts car. That is the future video. What's happens, we're gonna retune the car, hopefully still use the cob access port. So hopefully, I can drive this thing again after 4 months. I gotta get that damn nut. If it wasn't for that nut, this car would be done. It actually sounds pretty good. That's not bad. I actually like the sound of that quite a bit. That being said, I might be picking up a set of axle backs from a 2017 WRX, so it's the same as the STI. We may do that, I don't know. Now that I've heard the Borla, I kind of want to daily it for a bit and see if I do like that. But I'll be back once this car is like fully dialed in and done, because it's right now it's just the finicky stuff that's not really fun to watch. So it definitely took a while. She is all back together. Let's see if I remember how to drive manual. So there's noises coming from the rotors. Oh. So other than noises coming from the rotors, and the car being pissed off about the airbags, it feels pretty good. Feels good. Well, I will call that a success. There's definitely still a lot of work to do. I got interior stuff coming up. You guys will see that. Obviously, the passenger seat, it's not in any way. That is definitely gonna be next on the chopping block. And AC, I did not refill the AC on this car. Are we deleting it? No, we are gonna fix it. I just got to figure out the exact route I want to do about that, because I did notice one of the AC lines were slightly kinked. Now, it could be okay. I just know the parts car in there. I really don't know if you can see it. That has a perfectly good AC line. So if it's not too difficult to remove, I might do it. We will see. So I will call this fixed. The car is officially fixed. I'm happy to say that. It feels good. If you guys enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And take it easy.